Hi, this is Greg with Lionquestfitness. A couple of disclaimers first. Now, I'm not the fastest thing in the world with one of these. This is something I've only taken up within the last year or so and don't get a chance to practice all that much. And second thing, shooting at 25 yards, my eyes have been watering all week from allergies, and I'm sitting there looking at the targets and I'm seeing two targets. I'm seeing double up and down. I was like, wow. That's another reason why I was a little bit slow on that first round at 25 yards. But today we're going to talk about the Rossi 92 and is there any use for this gun? All right, the Rossi 92, based somewhat like the Winchester 92. But this isn't the same quality as, say, a Winchester or Marlin or a Henry rifle. Now, this is a budget offering from Taurus, who now owns Rossi. These are good guns. People who have them and have worked with them with some minor, little adjustments, they really like these guns. One of the things that you'll find is that the spring is 24 inches for the 24-inch barreled lever action rifles that Rossi makes. And for whatever reason, they put those long springs in the 16-inch model and in the 20-inch model. So you may want to cut an inch or two off. Do it incrementally because you can't put back what you've taken away. Another thing, some of these have very sharp edges on the loading gate. And on this one, I had to file it down with a jeweler's file, and because it would cut my hands really, or my fingers really bad trying to load. But those are small things. Also, the action on these when you first get them, it's very, very stiff. But see, now this one's loosened up a great deal. I enjoy shooting it a lot. So what could you do with Rossi 92? Well, very obviously, from 25 yards, you could hunt small to medium game. Now, one thing I want to show you, I was shooting this gun at 100 yards at a local range the other day. I was trying to figure out where the aim point was at that distance. Now, I started off a little high, and I brought it down, but my last two shots were dead center. Now, this is a fairly large target, but from 100 yards, I'm looking at something about the size of my thumbnail. Now, I was shooting from a bench, but I was not using any kind of bench rest other than to prop my elbow up against the table. So you can get good accuracy out of a gun like this. Now, could a gun like this be used for home defense? Absolutely. You've got 8 rounds of 357 or 38 plus P, and I don't think it would take too many rounds of cranking this thing off for a potential home invader, if he could, would definitely flee the scene. Do you need a light on it? Not necessarily. It depends on the lighting in your home and the shadows and how big your home is. One thing I would think about, though, is are there walls that you might penetrate with other innocent people on the other side? Now, that would definitely be a consideration. But this could make a good home defense gun. Now, last but not least, what could you do with a Rossi 92? Well, you could have a really good time shooting this thing. And this is Greg with Lionquest Fitness.